Hi, welcome to my channel Techie Krish, and in my Python tutorial I was discussing the list class, and in my last video I discussed how to compare the elements of the list using the relational operators, and I also discussed the ID and is operator as well. And this time I'm going to discuss uh, the inbuilt library functions on list. So let's move to our presentation. So here this is a presentation, and this presentation tells first we have to assume a list. So I have assumed a list color, and there are the colors, rather these are the strings: red, black, blue, orange, pink, blue, pink. So there are 7 colors or 7 strings, you can say. And now we are going to apply the inbuilt functions on the list. So there are several inbuilt functions. So here the first function which I am going to tell you about, and this is len. So len means the length of the list. It means how many elements this string contains. Means if you notice that color list is having 7 colors or 7 strings. So number of elements in this list are 7, and that is why it will display 7 if you apply the function len on the color. So over here, if you look at this example, len color will return 7 because there are 7 colors: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 7 strings are there. So total number of items in list color are 7. And the next function is max function, and max function gives you the maximum value of the list whichever exists in the list. So over here, if you look at the list color, and if I want to find out the maximum value of the color list is, and it should be red. Why red? Because in Unicodes, the R, the Unicode in the series, the R value of R or index of R is on higher position. Like B is on A is on 97, and B is on 98, and so on. And in the same sequence, R is far ahead from B, and that is why R is bigger, and R is bigger than black, blue, orange, pink, blue, and pink, and that is why it is showing red, or it will give red. And when I talk about the list of numbers, suppose the list of numbers is 12, 3, 14, and 10. So see here. So if I apply the function max on this list, it will return 14 here because 14 is the maximum. And when I talk about the list which is having the elements in the string form, that is, though these are the numbers, but they are in the form of these strings because they are enclosed in single quotes. So 12, 3, 14, 10. So there are 4 elements. But when you find out max, it will compare the values on the basis of the Unicode. So over here, if you look at 12, look at 3, look at 14, look at 10. So the index of 3 is higher than index 1 and index 14, rather index 12, index 14, or the value 10. So 3 is the maximum. It is counted the maximum because 12 in a string, if you look at the number or look at the series, so 3 is higher than all these numbers, means 12, 14, and 10, and that is why it will return 3 as the maximum value. And when I talk about max integer 12 and string 12, it results type error. Why type error? Because greater than sign in string and greater than sign in integer cannot be compared or cannot be given, because you cannot compare integer 12 with string 12, and that is why it raises the type error. So let's move to the collab where I can show you this. It takes time loading the collab in first attempt, or depends on the speed of the internet. So over here, if you look at the function like this function code, so color is a list: red, black, blue, orange, pink, blue, pink. So there are 7 strings. When you apply function print max color, so it will return red, because the index of R is, or the value of R is higher than other words. Other words means black, blue, and so on. And if I run this program, on running the program, it will give you the same result as I have written here: red, 14, 3, and type error. So let's run this program. And see here, so the output is red, 14, and 3, as I have written here. And the fourth statement, max 12 integer and max 12 string, it raises the error. And so the error is the same, because you cannot apply greater than sign with string and integer, so it will raise the error. Okay, now next function. So let's move to presentation. So here this is a minimum function. It returns the smallest element of the specified list. Returns the smallest element of the specified list. So elements are like, if you apply min on color list, so here the minimum is black, though there are 2 words starting from black, B, one is black and other is blue. So BL till BL, both the strings are having the same meaning. And as soon as you move to the third character, that is A and U, here U is greater and A is smaller, that is minimum, and that is why it will show black as a minimum of the color. So when we move to minimum 12, 3, 14, and 10, so obviously these are 4 integers. So out of these 4 integers, the minimum value is 3. And when we talk about the minimum value of string 3, string 10, and string 14, so they are the strings, and 1 is lesser than 3 and 10 is lesser than 14, and that is why 10 is the minimum value in a string, because it compares on the basis of the Unicodes. And the fourth one is 12 and 12, 12 integer and 12 string, so it raises the error. Why it raises the error? Reason being the same, because you cannot apply less than sign between integer and the string. So these two values, or these two items, cannot be compared, so it raises the error. Now next move to another function. So another function, let's move to collab also. So here I'll show you the result, and this is collab. I am going to show you the value minimum. As I have told you, I have already shown this too on slide, that minimum of color will return black, minimum of the list of integers will return 3, minimum of the list of strings will return 10, and minimum of integer and string 12 will raise the error. So this I have told you again in my slide presentation, and this time when I run this program, I'll get the same. So let's run the program. So see here, it itself says less than not supported between instances of string and integer, so we cannot apply less than sign between string and the integer. But as far as the result is concerned, the result is which I told you earlier. So result is black minimum, 3 integer minimum, 10 string minimum. But the fourth statement will raise the error. Now move to the next function. That is the sort function. So here this is a sort function because for the sort I have to have the list. So I have assumed the list color, so it is having the multiple strings. But here I'll not use this list, and rather I'll use the list of the numbers. So it takes an argument in the form of the list and sort it. So but the actual list will remain as it is, as you see here. A is equal to 15243, so this is the original list. And when I apply B is equal to sorted of A, it means the list A is sorted and the sorted values are stored in B list. So when you print these two lists, then B will display 1 2 3 4 5, which is sorted, and if you print A, it will show you the original list. And let's move to Colab once again so that I can show you the result. Program result. So this is the sort function. I have taken some values. A is equal to 7 3 8 2 and 5. Then I applied the function. B is equal to sorted A, print unsorted, and print sorted list. So it will show you the original list as well as the sorted list. So when I run this, it gives unsorted 73825 and the sorted 23578. So this is how we can sort the elements in the list as well. So these are the inbuilt function. Hope you understood the working of these functions. So let's move to our presentation once again. So these are the inbuilt functions which I discussed here, and in my next video I'll discuss more on the list and how to create the list from different set of values. So we'll discuss this in my next video. So that's all for the day. So we'll meet in the next session. Till then, bye bye.